Let's come to our next sentence. Are you ready? Yes, very good job. Listen to me. This is very important lesson. And are you ready? Yes, we need to continue our lesson about Tony's day or about Tony's dream. Just a dream lesson. So, in a small village, there was a boy named Tony, right? In a small village, there was a boy named Tony. Okay, so let's come to our next one. Let's see, how is Tony, okay? Yes, we have the word curious. Curious. Curious is mean like you want to know about the word. You want to know about the other thing, the strange thing. Curious. Yeah, Tony was a curious boy. Tony was a curious boy. So Tony was curious boy. So let's learn this one. Tony was a curious boy. Okay, Tony was a curious boy. Yeah, Tony was a curious boy. Okay, so let's learn the mini story of the sentence. Tony was a curious boy. Right. So was Tony a very, very sad boy? No, yeah, he was not a sad boy. Was Tony a funny boy? Well, no, he was not. He was not funny boy. So, was Tony a curious boy? Yes, he was. Tony, he was a curious boy. Was Tony a curious girl? No, right? Tony, he was not. He was not a curious girl. Tony, he was a curious boy. So, who was a curious boy? Who? Yeah, Tony, Tony, he was a curious boy. He's very, very curious. So, how curious boy was Tony? How curious was Tony? Well, he liked to discover all the things. He liked to know all the things. He liked to explore all the things in the world. So, Tony, he was a curious boy. Where did Tony live? Where did Tony live, guys? Well, he lived in a small village. He lived in a small village. So, how was Tony? How was Tony? Yes, curious. Was Tony bored? No, he was not bored. Was Tony funny boy? Was Tony kind of funny boy? No, he was not kind of funny boy. So was he a very curious boy? Yes, he was. He was a curious boy. He was a curious boy. So in a small village, there was a boy named Tony, and he was a curious boy. Okay, so this is the end of this mini story for this sentence. And of course, I want you to listen to this mini story again and again and again until you can master this. Okay, this is very important. Very important. Thank you very much and goodbye.